Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bob and Phineas. It's Monday. That's right. We are here in Gatlinburg live at the Santa Fe reunion. Everyone say hello to my co-host, the one and the only Phineas TL.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are things? It looks like it's quite a fun time happening in Gatlinburg, and looking forward to hearing some of the news and fun and frivolity that's happening there. So I'm quite looking forward to this.
Very good, Phineas. Thank you. Of course, with me today on the TNL studio here at the convention is Santa Scott Seriton. Also have Santa Mel here. I want to say hi to Santa Mel.
Hey, everybody.
And
Hey,
now,
it's great to be here, Bob. I mean, where would be a better place to spend our weekend other than Gatlinburg, Tennessee, at the Santa family reunion. And Phineas, we're so glad you allowed us to join you on the show live from Gatlinburg.
Well, it's great to have both you and Mel and whoever else may pop by. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other surprises we have in store. So.
everybody, give me just a second. Spangle's over here wanting me to unplug something for him, so I'm unplugging that. All right, yeah, we, yeah. Can't hear Phineas? Well, Phineas is coming through on my end, so I hear him just fine. Are you? No, because it's routed through my headset. Okay. Anyway,
All right, we have a little sound difficulty, but Bob hears everything, Phineas. So I'm sure you said something nice or something really ugly about me. It's okay. I love you anyhow, brother. But thanks for letting us join you. We're having fun here in Gatlinburg once again, and I guess we'll hang out and maybe join in on. We have silence, so we're enjoying you and Bob talking. We're just watching, so we may chime in and say something silly.
Well, hopefully we can get the technical difficulties knocked out. It looks like there might be an issue with Facebook too, so we're just checking in on that as well. So
I got it fixed. I don't know what they did when they were logged into my StreamYard while I was gone, but Facebook wasn't on there anymore, so I had to go re-add it to the stream. So
Okay, good.
Okay.
Facebook is working again.
Good.
All right, then ought to be able to hear Phineas in now. Angie got it fixed, she thinks. Okay, anyway, that's just kind of crazy stuff that goes on behind the scenes in, conventions like this. Now, there is anybody and everybody that is somebody here at this weekend except Phineas. We miss you, Phineas.
I was unfortunately unable to make it down, although it is quiet up here at the North Pole because Santa and Mrs. C are all down there. And although we miss Mrs. C, it's easier to get stuff done without the big guy handy.
Very good. Well, I just want to pass along a little bit of information. We've chatted with folks in the upper echelon of the community, you might say, and we've got some great guests lined up coming up in the near future. Here goes Bob Smith. Hello, Bob. And Tim Conahan's been by and hung out with us for a while today. Phil Wentz has been by to hang out with us for a few minutes. Becky Norman, who is with Mitchell Allen now, has been by. And it's a chaotic, crazy scene here. 680 Santa's Mrs. Clauses here this weekend. It's been fun. We are wore out and we're ready to wrap this thing up tomorrow. So, can you guys hear Phineas yet?
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Can you hear
Nope,
me?
I hear his heart, Bob.
Everyone says they can hear everybody, so everybody's
You hear
good.
him now?
No. Can you hear him?
Well,
Can you hear him?
okay, so I don't know how much you can say, but we're trying to use the new dual podcast setup that Scott has over here. And we've had Roger Minton over today working on it. We've had Everett and Dana Purcell's daughter, who's a techie, over working on it. Everything's working, but they can't hear Phineas. So we're just going to continue on. I hear Phineas. Everybody else hears Phineas. So we'll keep moving along. So anyway, Phineas, how's the weather where you're at?
Weather is, well, we had quite an ice storm up here that took a lot of electricity down. We had no power for quite some time.
Can you hear him?
So it's been kind of rough around here. It's in the mid 50s. So, we're just taking things slowly and cautiously. So, but I do see that we've got the Facebook feed up, and I see even though Carl White is in Gatlinburg, he is there getting ready for the banquet, but he's also watching us. Thank you very much, Carl. Great to see you.
Carl has come by and hung out with us a lot over the course of the last few days. And everyone that has been somebody that has been on the show or a fan of the show has been by. It's been fantastic. Been so much fun. And Angela, what's the weather like in Dallas today?
It's beautiful today. Let's see if I can get Nightbot to tell us exactly what it is.
I know here we woke up to rain this morning, cloudy and cool.
My computer says it's 68. Let's see what Nightbot says.
Probably going to be close. I see
Okay, it
AJ's on with
says-
us today. AJ was here Saturday, and him and Connie had to go back to their home, so they left Sunday morning.
It says it is sunny with a temperature of 71 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is blowing from the north at 9 miles per hour, and the current humidity is 43%.
Very nice. I'll tell you what, that bot's pretty handy to have.
Yes, it is.
All right, are we ready to kind of let's go ahead and move along? I know we're on a short, tight show today.
Okay, so I guess it is now time for the something burger. So
That's
if we can
correct.
have Angela run the intro. So for today's something burger question, this one is tailored to everyone who is currently at Santa Family Reunion in Gatlinburg doing all that wonderful shopping. They're all in the vendors room, supporting our vendors and including some of our sponsors who are there. And so is there one thing that you could never go out without as a Christmas performer? Is it a costume item or is it a prop that is the make it or break it for you that helps you with your portrayal of your Christmas character? And so what is that item? Why is it the make it or break it item for you? And what would happen if you forgot it at home?
That's a great question for today, Phineas, because I happen to run across something that falls right in line with that for me. I don't know how many of you guys have one of these. This is the night before Christmas. This is a Hallmark edition. This is a pop-up book. And I think everyone knows what a pop-up book is. And I had to have this weekend, and I was able to purchase it, and I am super stoked because they don't print these anymore. Correct, Rob? Don't print them anymore. They're out of print. They are talking about bringing the print back on them, but they have lights inside of them. Each scene pops up out of the book, and Rob and I both were. Rob Wood was lucky to be able to get two of the last few copies that were out there. So fantastic. If you don't have one of these, hopefully they'll put them back in print soon and everyone will get one. But that's my head too. Got two, and I'm going to do away with most of my other books and use just this one.
I had to mute Scott's mic because it was giving feedback. So just let him know that he's muted. Hold on, Scott.
No, it's all right. I got the speaker on. That's why you're getting feedback.
Oh, is it good now?
Yeah. Well, I can hear y'all now. I just, am I feeding back now?
No. Unless he talks, let's see.
Well, yeah, now his mic may be picking me up over here. We're
It
trying
does.
to sit separate from each other. Can you move that mic to the other side to see if it makes a difference, Scott?
I think it sounds better now. So
Okay.
Okay, is this better?
yes.
Yes, it is.
All right. Fantastic.
We'll put it in the next booth.
There's a question from Bart. He wants to know if that one has lights too.
It does. It has lights, and there goes Issa from Jerusalem. Hello, Issa. And yes, it does. And I haven't had a chance to play with mine yet. Rob took his to the hotel last night and played with his.
So,
All right, Phineas, take it from there, brother.
okay, so for me, my one item is my hat. My hat is basically what makes Phineas Phineas, and thankfully, I happen to have not a duplicate of this, but something similar that I usually carry in my performance bag with me. That is helps me get into character and helps me cover my head, and so I don't get cold during the cold winter months because it's cold up in Canada in the North Pole, and we do a lot of our work outside. Let's see, we've got a couple of responses to us, and Ben Bellhorn said that quality pictures from Stephen Jordan photography is one of the items that he quite enjoys having for his portrayal, so that's good. And we've got a lot of recommendations about the echo situation, but I think we've got it sorted right now. Thank you very much, Bart. That's much appreciated. But yeah, the number one thing that I can't deal without is my hat, because the hat offers me a lot of opportunity to work and play with the people with. And it's something I can carry on with me, and it's a good way of managing lines if the big man in the red chair is getting a little backlogged or a little slow. So I'm able to entertain folks with not a lot on me and such like that. So that is my item, and let's see. We don't have very much else as far as engagement. We've got Robert Wood, who has joined us from Canada. We've got Billy Green from Texas. Santa Bill from Canada. Hoping the weather is good for you, Santa Bill. I know you're up north. I don't know if you got caught in that ice storm. Paul Anderson said his walking staff is the one prop that he likes to have for his portrayal, and that is both helps him with his character and probably helps him get around and also manage the crowds around him. So thank you very much, Paul, for that. And Russell Ellison from Texas. Yes. So thank you, Russell. Good to see you.
Good to see you too there. Let's see. There is a comment here I want to grab real quick. Ben Bellhorn says, "Ho, ho, Holy Land." And that's in reference to Isa from Jerusalem. He
Yes,
comes
indeed.
to these big events, and he's always a pleasure to sit and talk to. I've had a chance to sit and chat with him a couple of times this weekend already. Quality person. I enjoy my conversations with him. Thank you, Ben, for that comment.
Yep. Welcome, Bart from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Carl White says that he always carries the magic version of The Night Before Christmas that was created by Larry Talbert. So that is a wonderful prop as well. I do have a couple of copies of that myself. And Ernie Russo has joined us from New Hampshire. So welcome, Ernie. Good to see you.
Yeah, got a good crowd with us today.
Yep.
Kind of quieting down a little bit right now. I think there's several workshops in class right now. So I tell you what, though, Phineas, when the class is let out, this place goes berserk.
I can imagine.
Just so many people. And, you know, we went to Memphis this last year, and there was a lot of folks there. But I would say there's probably 250 at least more here than what we had in Memphis. And it's been probably the most premier event that I've ever been to.
Excellent. But so Bill Gordon,
it's well organized for sure. It's very well organized. I can't. There are mobs of people here, and it's Phineas. It's I don't know how. There's no explanation for the amount of vendors, the opportunities to find the things that are unusual and different that will set you apart in your portrayal. I mean, there's a little bit of everything and a lot of everything here, from even backdrops, portable backdrop vendors. There's photographers, 2 or 3 photographers. Well, and always hire Santa's here and their group. And I mean, they're beard people with beard products, oil and beard products. They've got, I mean, Bob, what's missing at this event?
I can't say that anything is except Phineas and Angela.
Well, I agree. Phineas would definitely be an addition, and Angela is always an addition if we couldn't do this without her. So, I mean, even remotely like this, it's tough to make things work at all. Bob and I have tested, and we can't make it work until we go live about half the time. So we're glad everybody bears with us, and and if it wasn't for Angela taking extra time out to try to make us perfect, what can I say? But anyhow, back to you, Phineas.
Thank you very much, Scott. Thank you. It's great. So Santa Bill Gorbett said that he carries a walking stick, which also is his naughty and nice meter. Bart Gaffney noted that his passport wallet was Santa ID, and he has a naughty and nice scroll that he carries with him as well, and those are his make it or break it props. Sue Radloff always carries Believe coins and I'm on the nice list coins, and I do believe that those are items that Spangle at Stuff for Santa would provide for folks, and she always carries them in her purse even when she is going out incognito as Sue and not Mrs. Claus. So excellent.
And AJ wants to remind Scott that the Custom Wig Company is here. We've got just about at least one of everything there is to have, I think, here. I've seen things I haven't seen before. I've seen new vendors that I've never met before, and that's very unusual at many of these events we try to get out and go to.
Well, thank you, AJ. Yes, I think I'll keep my hair and beard for another year anyhow, so I'm not sure that I'm ready for a wig and a traditional beard. But the other thing I'd like to mention is that Santa Wade and the Closet is here. Am I correct? And that's one of our key contributors to this portion in this show. Not to throw that out there, but hey, if you're here and you're happening to watching it live with us here in Gatlinburg, go by and say thank you to them. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here.
This is true. We'll also throw kudos out to Fancy Lee's Creation for the new shirts. They did some embroidery work for us on our shirts. These are our new show shirts. And just want to give a shout out to Rhonda and Michael over there. We thank them very much. And of course, Spangle has the swag that many of you might have seen already. We've got those on our table. Those have been popular this weekend. And so you can always pick up a tumbler or the coffee mug. Scott's got the coffee mug down there. But we've been promoting all the shows and having a good time. And got the patches, patches. Absolutely. So we're getting the swag out.
And we actually, there have been some folks that have picked some up. So I'm happy to see that people want to support us. Here's a little mug.
Over here. Oh, you got that.
Oh, you want to put it over there? No, you put it over here. No, you put it over there.
All right. So are we ready to move along to santascloset.org since it was mentioned, Phineas?
I do believe we can thank Santa Wade and the folks at Santa Closet. So let's roll that video.
Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey everyone, Angela Mack here for Bob and Phineas Live, the show about nothing. Season 4 of Bob and Phineas is brought to you by santascloset.org, where you can find all your accessories for the discriminating Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves. Visit Santa Wade's website at santascloset.org today, where they are known for delivering unique, value-packed Santa and Mrs. Claus accessories since opening in 2004. The goal has always been to provide both a superior customer experience at a tremendous value. Their products are fairly priced, and Santa Wade strives to bring many different products to the Claus community. Visit the website and make your next season a truly special one. This is Angela Mack reminding you all to catch our show every Monday at 3 p.m. Central, presented by TNL Network Productions. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to Bob and Phineas in the TNL studios in today's Monday Santa's Closet Trivia.
Okay, so for today's trivia question, it's another Easter question. So once again, it's another Easter question, and I got to pick this one, so I've made it hopefully a classic Bob level of trivia question. So this is a question about the world's largest chocolate Easter egg. Where was the world's largest chocolate Easter egg made? In what city? On what date? And how big was it? Once again, the world's largest chocolate Easter egg was made in what city, on what date, and how big was it?
Well, I'll answer part of that, Phineas. It was real big.
It was real big, definitely. It was definitely really big. And so
Was the weight part of that question?
we have got the weight and how tall and wide was it?
Well, I've heard this, so it's not fair for me to chime in other than it's real big.
It's real big. A lot bigger than people would expect too. So I hope I was going to say I thought AJ might have still been in at Gatlinburg, so I said, you know, maybe the folks would have a chance to Google it. So in advance of AJ, so who knows?
Well, now we learned a little bit of, we call AJ Mr. Trivia, but we learned a little bit of trivia about AJ this week while he was here about a nickname that he has, but we've decided we're going to leave it buried.
That may be a trivia question.
But it could be, but we're just going to leave it buried, and we're just going to continue to call him Mr. Trivia. But yeah, him and Connie had to go home. They were here for the opening day, and they had a great time. And AJ was able to buy him a shirt or two. I don't remember, was it
Well,
two
and he
shirts?
hung out with us some too.
Oh, he hung out down here a lot with us, and we had a good time with AJ. AJ's always fun.
Okay, have you got?
We are getting responses, definitely. So that is
Yep.
great.
I see the city. I didn't. What that was not what I was thinking, but
We're getting responses both on YouTube and on Facebook. So we should be pretty
yeah, I
good.
see that. Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'd like to say
Alright,
hello. I'd like to say hello to Santa Ray in Denton, Texas. And yes, we know we have a bit of an echo on Bob's microphone. So thank you, Ray. So
It's almost impossible, Ray, to have us sitting side by side. Scott's got his mic over there. I've got a headset today trying to squash back some of that, and I'm muting between the time I'm talking, so I'm not picking up anything on my mic. These mics on these headsets are really hot. That mic Scott's got is super hot, and we know we're going to get some background noise. Even though they both got noise suppression, there's still going to be some of this going to come through. It's just the nature of being remote, I guess you'd say, Scott.
Well, it's just the nature of technology, and there's always something. But when we're sitting on top of each other, we're probably going to go to try something different because I may go to a headset like you to see if that will delete the rest of it, and we'll work from there. This setup we've got is more for a podcast across the table, running two mics on one system, and one of our mics that we thought we would have used today ended up being faulty and dead. So we're running with one mic on my side. And they're brand new. We've tested it once, and I don't know. It's just technology. It's part of the game. We've got some insight from a television station, just for a heads up, from a reporter that does live remotes from television station, gave us an inside line on some wireless mics, cordless wireless mics that are lapel mics, but they're magnetic and we can actually put them in our beard. may look a little funny, but they're super sensitive. And if a television station can use them and they're good enough for them, I'm sure they're more than good enough for us. So we're growing. It's leaps and bounds. We don't get to do that many remotes, but when we do them, we try to bring new technology. And even though we've tested it, when you pack it in a bag and haul it halfway 20 hours across the country and go to set it up, there's bound to be something go south and not function like we thought it would. But hey, we're doing better. We're getting better. At least we got 2 separate mics, and I can hear Phineas now. I've got headphones on and coming through my headphones rather than echoing through the speakers from the laptops. Am I done?
Okay, I think
Yeah, and I just want to add to that about the TV station. These little microphones are about the size of
A quarter?
they're less than a quarter. I was thinking more like a nickel. And they're magnetic. He just stuck it right in his beard yesterday. He says you don't get any beard noise. And he files all his live network reports by using that microphone. He says the best piece of technology he's picked up in a while. Okay, Phineas, are we ready to go ahead and move along and play our next promo?
I do believe we shall. Larry Talbert Insurance is at Santa Family Reunion, and we're also grateful for Talbert Insurance, their support of the Tuesday Night Live productions and the Bob and Phineas show. Thank you very much, Larry.
I want to add to that too, Phineas, if I can.
Ed, how are you?
Ed Taylor standing in front of us. Hello, Ed. We're live. We want to add to the Larry Talbert situation that we talked about. Larry says we're going to continue to run that ad as is until he finds out further. But he is more than happy to stay on with us even in the future years to come. He said as long as we were on the broadcast live or doing our shows, as long as we had our platform, he was staying with us. So that's good to know. We've got him locked in for years to come. So thank you again, Larry Talbert.
Thank you very much, Larry. Greatly appreciated for your support. Anybody looking for their insurance, be it home insurance, performance insurance, auto insurance, go talk to Larry at Talbert Insurance, and he will hook you up. So excellent. Thank you very much, Larry.
All right, Phineas, if you will, let's go over and pick up some of these comments before we move along. We've got quite a few pertaining to what we've been talking about.
This is basically the Coca-Cola.
So AJ is really happy he got a Hawaiian shirt from Angie's Originals, and I think Rex gave him a TNL shirt, so he's really happy for that. So he was really with that. And as far as props, I think we've got pretty much everybody. Bart Gavin said he has a spirit meter that he uses as one of his props that's really important to him as well. So but what nobody's told us is what they do if they forget that prop at home, but that's okay.
Oh, my wife.
Scott says call his wife. Good answer.
I was going to say that's a good one. So
yeah, if we're playing Family Feud, that'd be the number one answer. Call my wife.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Like
All of those microphones on Amazon. I haven't tried it yet.
Well, the one thing, to answer that question, because I didn't have sound when that came out, but if I forget a prop, which I have done before, 4.5 hours from the house, one of it was Larry Talbert's Magic Snow, from the North Pole. And I had taken it the year before, and I had forgotten to take it back the next year. And the thing about it is, what do you do when you forget your prop? We didn't have any snow yet at the North Pole. Although it's Magic Snow, we didn't have any at the North Pole yet. So that's kind of my my answer. And I felt really bad because the boys and girls that were there were like, I felt like I almost heartbroken because I didn't have this powder that grew in the snow. So, I just think that if you forget a prop, it's called work on the fly, improvise.
Yep.
Do what you got to do. If maybe they got something around the house you can use to make it, to happen.
Yep.
So.
Bart Gaffney would like to know if Santa America has a presence at Santa Family Reunion this year.
I don't know. I haven't seen
Santa America. I don't think they are here. I haven't seen them.
I'm not sure now. The Claus Clan was someone else that I was surprised to see here. If those of you know Kona, who has been in charge of that, is not doing as well as he was, but he's kind of assigned Russell Hurd, Texas, to be his sidekick, and Russell's taking over, and they've got a booth this year. But Scott's looking in the program to see if Santa America is listed as we speak.
While Scott is looking, Carl White says that if he forgets his Night Before Christmas book, he will recite it from memory. And
he's a better Santa than me.
That's a hard one to remember. It really is. I mean, you can remember the verses and things, but keeping it in chronological order, you might say, is a little tougher. Hello, Santa Chris Terry. You can. The camera's right here. Just stick your hand over and wave. That's Christmas Connections with Chris
Terry. He's on our platform.
And it's good to see him and his wife here this weekend.
Yep, Christmas Crossings was last week on the Thursday night show, and we'll be talking about that coming soon. So.
And Scott is still looking. So I think at this point we're normally going to the chatterbox news at Phineas.
Yep.
Well, so as I mentioned earlier, we have talked to a ton of folks about coming on the show, and I have intentionally not really signed up a lot of folks this year because we knew this event was coming up. We knew it was going to be massive crowds. Going to be a lot of new people that we had never had on the show before. So Scott and myself have been working really hard, talking to folks, convincing folks to come on. I do want to say, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and let the cat out of the bag on this one. There is a Santa and Mrs. Claus here from Australia, and they've been over here touring the United States for, I don't know, close to a couple of months. I heard they've been to 3 months. They've been to New Orleans for the Mardi Gras. They've gone to New York for some of the large events up there. They're making their way around. But he's going to be going back home soon. And we were talking about Santa suits and how hot they are and what the guys down under, you might say. I know I don't like using that term, but down under. And when I used that term, he went into a whole spiel about how the country is so large and this is north and this is south. And anyway, it's kind of like Randy with the deal when he talks about Michigan. Now, he went into one of those with me for about 10 minutes and gave me a real lesson of Australia. Back to what I was talking about. He is working Christmas in July event. Now, you've got to remember that their summer is our winter and our winter is their summer. So Christmas in July is their winter. And he actually is Santa at a ski lodge. And he has agreed to try to work it out to go live on the show Tuesday night from the ski lodge for one of the nights in July. So that was just one that I wanted to throw out there. We've talked to Bill Wentz. Bill Wentz had agreed to come on the show at one time, had to back out due to a death in the family. He walked by a while ago. He said, I need to get with you. I need to get on the show. We've talked about it. So we're getting him set up. He's supposed to get with me this next week. Tim Conahan, as I said, Tim has, and I want to throw this out there real quick. Tim has a whole series of Santa cruises. Everyone knows that he does a Santa cruise at least one a year and has for years. He's got a whole series of them coming up. Let me run through them really quick. The
Japan
cruise
and
to
all.
Alaska.
Japan and all.
Yeah, he's going to Alaska. He's going to the Baltic Sea, going to Japan, going to New England. Those are 4 cruises that he's got lined up on his itinerary. And he wants to come on and promote those and talk about the summer cruise. He's billing it as the world's largest Santa Cruz. And so we'll talk more about that when we get Tim on the show in future dates. Now, Phineas, over to you for anything else you might have.
Okay, so while everybody there is at the Santa Family Reunion in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, coming up in May is Santa Ana Holiday University, May 1st to 3rd in Schaumburg, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. It's the Chicago area. And in May 14th to 16th of this year, they will be in Medina, Ohio, which is close to Cleveland. So if you'd like to join Deanna Golden and Judy Broderick and the Santa Ana Holiday University, there's your opportunity to get wonderful education for Mrs. Claus's Santa holiday performers in the Chicago area or Cleveland area. Coming up in July of this year is School of Santas, brought to you by Spangle and Stuff for Santa in Branson, Missouri, July 17th through 20th. The keynote instructor is Lee Andrews, who is currently at Santa Family Reunion. He's got wonderful belt buckles, and he's also got the Pronos and ProFace products that you used to get from Leon McBride. Lee has taken that over after Leon's passing. So join Spangle and Company in Branson, Missouri, July 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. And coming the distance in January, February of 2026 is North Pole Cornerstones, hosted by Bob, Scott, Deanna Golden, and Judith Broderick. So watch here for more news about where it's going to be and the exact dates once they are definitely solidified. So,
This is true now. We are missing Deanna this weekend. She and her hubby couldn't make it, but
Judy and Bill are here.
Yeah, Judy and Bill's here. Cliff Snyder is here. You mentioned Lee Andrews. Of course, everyone knows Spangle is here. I mean, there are so many prominent folks at this event.
Well, Bob, the thing about it is that just kind of to shed light on some of this is that I guess I'm not new anymore, but I feel like I'm kind of newer in the community. And I walked in the door here, and if you don't have Claus cards, guys, I don't mean to toot Spangle's horn. You need to get them and get on it. I had people, I have no idea who they are. No idea. They walk up and says, "Have you got your Claus card?" They all knew who I was. Let me tell you, when you come to one of these events and you walk in and people know you, it makes you feel good and warm and fuzzy inside, because you feel like you're kind of an outcast and different, because I don't bleach all year round like Phineas and Bob. Phineas bleaches his beard all year round and his hair and everything. You know, that's why he stays so Phineas. But anyhow, what I'm getting at is the camaraderie and the warmth that this community gives you when you're out at one of these events with 600 plus people. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Oh, and Ron, yes, you'll have to come to an event to receive that Claus card.
Yeah, so he's a scoundrel, Ron. He's a scoundrel.
You know, and my Claus card is number 6, and it's very highly sought after.
People come up, I've been chasing you for a year. I want your card. All right, Angela, do we have a winner for our trivia?
I believe we finally do.
Fantastic. Phineas, you want to take it from there, brother?
Okay, so once again, the trivia question was, Where was the world's largest chocolate egg made? What city was it made in? And that's the key. On what date and how big was it? And so the city itself was Corte Nuova, Italy. It was made on April 16th, 2011. It was 34 feet tall with a circumference of 64 feet around, or 20 feet at its widest point, and it weighed 15,873 pounds. So that's a lot of chocolate.
That is a lot of chocolate. Wow. I would have never guessed.
Well, the other thing about that is that what surprises me that it wasn't made before that. You said 2011. That's not been that long ago.
No, well, 14 years ago. So
Well, that's still not that long. I was thinking maybe in the 70s or something possibly, but
Well, now, you know what could be the case, Scott, is that there have been others that made smaller ones, and at the time it was the largest, and this is just the newest largest.
could you repeat
so
that?
Angela, who won?
AJ got it in about, I don't know, 7 different little comments here. He pieced it all together, but he got it
Yep.
all in there.
Mr. Trivia wins.
Yep.
I looked at Rob to tell him Mr. Trivia wins.
Well, if you were at the Santa family reunion, if you attended this or came here and we saw you here and you answered it, you're not eligible.
No, it took him a long,
He had to work at it.
took a lot of time.
yeah, he did.
That's
Okay,
good.
well, we'll let him have it this time.
He's
He's the
persistent.
only one that put everything, all the details. That,
And it,
Angela, does that surprise you?
and it was not copy and paste. That's what matters.
yes.
Ray
Yeah,
Bradshaw,
you're
you
right.
were close. Ray Bradshaw, you were close. You missed the date. That was the only thing that hung you up. Was if you had gotten the date when you put everything else in, you probably would have won. So
And what does he get? What does he win for getting the trivia right? Is it a chance to come see us again live?
he gets entered into a draw for attending North Pole Cornerstones. He gets a care package from SantaCloset.org. He does need to provide us with his t-shirt size just in case Santa Wade wants to provide an extra little gift to us. But I'm quite sure we have his address on file somewhere already. But it is a chance to win a scholarship to North Pole Cornerstones in 2026. So congratulations, AJ.
That's correct. And that NPC scholarship is the TNL Network Production Platform scholarship that we give to NPC. Also, I believe Angela has that address memorized by now.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What is it?
I said you probably have AJ's address memorized by now. He wins so much.
I think he sends you his address, doesn't he?
He does. I've got it.
AJ just sent me a text, 5X.
He may have sent his address once, but I think he probably sends it to you. So.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it.
Said send it to you, Bob and Scott. You got it. Did you get it too? It just came on my watch. There's sorry, 6. No, it's 5. What? Yeah, 5X. Anyhow, hey Phineas, I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Will I see you in person in 26?
That is entirely dependent on what crossing into the U.S. looks like in 2026. But I will try to definitely be there at North Pole Cornerstones.
Wow.
Well,
we didn't think about that.
If Phineas, if you have an issue, you can call Santa Bruce. I'm sure he's going to slay in.
But
Very
definitely,
true,
I
so-
will definitely be there, and looking forward to it as usual because it's a wonderful
Yeah, well,
event.
I'm buddies with the president, so I'll call him and get you in.
Which one?
Which one? Oh, God. Well,
We've got a lot of past presidents still living too.
but the one in charge right now. That's
well,
what Phineas is talking about, the ability to come.
I realize that. But anyhow, Phineas, it's always an honor and a pleasure to spend time and be in your presence, either in person or live. I'm not on here much, but absolutely, I can't thank you enough for all you do as being part of the network and our production group. And like I say, we couldn't do it without you. You know, just like Angela, we thank you. You're always on spot, whether we're here or away or wherever, and you put up with me and all my griping and complaining. But, you know, I just don't get to tell you both thank you enough.
Look who's standing in front of you.
Carl White just walked up. It's amazing. Carl, you look great, my friend. Can you whip that camera around? There's Mr. Carl White.
That's right.
Hey, Carl.
There's proof he's here. And Jenny Lynn and Carlucci just walked by. They're all dressed up, decked out. You guys must be going to a workshop. Yep.
Oh, the banquet. Oh, you're headed out for dinner.
Fixing started.
You're heading to dinner. Dinner's in about 10 minutes. So
Gosh, we didn't talk about that. And Kathy Pick standing right here. She walked up and waved. Yeah. Yeah, there's Carl's beautiful bride, as we always like to say.
Yeah, he wouldn't be Carl without her.
Oh, no. We all know that the lady.
I know where the bread's buttered. But Denise, it's great to see you as always.
Gotta turn around and see who just walked up. Hey, we're going to have a walk-up session here.
There's
I
Sal.
recognize this guy, Sal Delicato. I told you the friends of the show dropped by, didn't I?
Bob. Hey, Mike. Or Phineas.
I was gonna say ain't no mic here.
Yeah, Phineas.
Well, yeah, there is, but it's right here.
I was gonna say, yeah, the mic's on the table. So yep.
Stand right here, you can. It's hot.
Scott.
Hi, Phineas.
Hey Sal, how's it going, sir?
You said, "Hey Sal, how's it going?" They're in our ears.
Okay. I tell you what, Rob, while you've got the camera just kind of, you can, I know it's a short leash right here.
All the credit to TNL Productions here goes to Angela Mack. Hi, Angela.
Angela, he said hi.
Hey,
Could you?
Sal, how are
He
you?
said, "Hey Sal, how are you?" You can come right here and look.
Yeah, I saw her.
Oh, you see it up there? Okay.
Just,
Yeah, that mic's real hot.
This is Rob Wood is kind of spinning the camera around to show you Spangle and Jet over here next to us. Got Chris, Terry, and Santa Mel sitting here next to us across the piping. And the part across from us on the other side over here is also part of Spangle's booth. He just took up this whole end of this side. And this is only half of the vendor's room. The other half is on the other side of that air wall, as we mentioned yesterday. And then out in the foyer, all the way around the front of the conference center and all the way down the back to the banquet room is information tables. Folks like Jenny Watt, who I interviewed yesterday, and you got the drill team out there, the Santa Claus drill team. You've got
Hire Santa, Swanky, Pam Swank with Swanky Santa. What's the girl's name that wrote the book? Pamela. And she's finished her Mrs. Claus book.
Yes, she had talked about it. Okay, guys, we're running a long time here, and we want to get to digging with Phineas. We do have a segment this week, right, Phineas?
I think that we'll postpone digging with Phineas deeper because we are running long right now. And
Okay.
I know a bunch
All right.
of viewers need to get to the banquet because dinner is going to be served very, very soon. So
It is.
uh,
It is.
I will say, my friend the Yeti is here, but he is completely understanding that we can postpone it for this week, so we'll be good.
Could he just say hi?
I didn't see a hotel.
Say hi, for sure.
Wow.
It's funny you mentioned the abominable snowman there, Phineas, because we were running the shows for the last couple of weeks from Bob and Phineas shows on our monitor up here, and several people commented about how much they liked your character, and we talked about how you're developing the backstory. through the show with comments and stuff. And everybody thinks that's a great idea. So
Well,
we've talked about you.
I'm looking forward to developing them further, and I'm loving all the ideas that folks are sending in. So we'll touch on that next week.
Fantastic.
We should touch on the point that there will not be a Tuesday night live tomorrow night, should we?
That's correct. You know, you are the best, Phineas. You are the best. That's right. We've got to leave here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and we've got to make it to Jackson, Tennessee, which is probably 9 hours away, Scott.
Probably.
About 9 to 10 hours away. We've got a room reserved over there. Scott has to be back in Oklahoma City Thursday morning. He'll drop me off Wednesday night, and so we will not have a show tomorrow night.
And we're 10 hours from your house from Jackson. So
Yeah,
we've got 20 hours on the road to get home.
and
Easy.
4 more hours for him. So
Yep. So
All right.
There will not be a Tuesday night live this week. So we'll look for one next week.
But please stay tuned because Bob and I will do a couple of little live shots on the Tuesday Night Live page on our travels as we go back. I mean, like I say, it's always an adventure and it can be comical the way things happen in the car. I would put a cam in and do something live from the room, but I'm telling you, after you're here all day, it doesn't even become normal. It becomes silly.
it's 8 to 8, from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening. And the first day we went without eating that whole time or drinking. And yesterday we ate well. Today we haven't ate very much. Rob's wife was kind enough to go get us some snack food earlier, and we snacked a little bit on that, but that's all we've had today. Anyway, Angela, is there any way that we can do a little bit more live on the Tuesday Night Live lead in after with a different link?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let Phineas sign this show off for now. And basically what we'll do with our next segment, we'll just talk a little bit more about what's going on here. Since we're not having a Tuesday night show, we'll kind of add a little bit more here, but under the different link.
So coming up this week, I'm not sure if the Kringle Brothers will be live on Wednesday, but they typically have a show on Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the Tuesday Night Live network. Thursday will be Santa's Magical Fellowship group chat. Mel will start her chat at 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, will be Polar Opposites with Santa Jamie and Santa J Mac, where hot takes and cool perspectives collide. And then following the next week on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Claus Connect featuring Sean White. She will be starting her new show, her new season on that time. So tune in, kick up your heels, and join in the fun for 2025, all powered by TNL Productions. Wonderful once again to host with Bob and Angela. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us, Scott. Always great to talk and work with you. So good to see you. And hoping everybody at Gatlinburg at Santa Family Reunion has a lovely evening, enjoys the banquet and the dance with live music tonight. And hoping all the vendors and delegates have a safe journey home and leave with happy memories and just a great deal of joy. So wonderful. Thank you for letting me join you, even online. It's great to see everyone. So thank you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you're here in spirit for sure, Phineas, you and Angela both. Now, the Kringle brothers have been hanging out all weekend. And we, real quick before we go, they mentioned that they think they will be doing their Wednesday show from the car. So we'll wait to see if that develops. But that was the last thing I heard from them. I do want to mention we made 12 copies. If you can pull that up full screen, Angela, just for a second. 12 copies of this. We've all signed it except for Phineas and Mike and Scott, of course. You know how he is. He holds out on everything. But we've got 12 copies of these. We're going to take the best copy with the best signatures. We're going to blow this up. We're going to picture frame it. And we're going to try to figure out a way to raffle it off for charity. And so stay tuned for that in the future. And the other 12 copies may be available on a limited basis.
And by the way, just so everybody knows, Angela and I are charity.
Oh boy.
So bid high on it. We got to split it.
Yes.
We will work out a way to get Phineas to sign those. So,
75-15.
75. Phineas, if we mail them to you, I wonder if we could would it be, or FedEx it with a return FedEx envelope? Is that what works best for you?
we will work that out, but we can definitely
Okay.
get them to me, and I will happily sign them for everybody. So
Fantastic.
Yep.
All right,
Yes,
Phineas.
I'm going to still hold out though,
No,
because it makes them worth more when I don't sign them.
Rob, step around here for a minute.
Rob who?
It's a Bob and Rob.
So it's going to be the Bob and Rob show.
Just real quick before we go off the air, Rob was kind enough to come and help us load in, set up. He was my cameraman yesterday when we were doing the roving reporting portion of things, and we just want to acknowledge his effort in helping TNL be the best it can be. We can't do without this guy on the road. He is our roadie, and he is our support group, and his wife Tammy brought us food today. That it's
Doing all the way to Buc-ee's.
all the way to Buc-ee's.
All the way to Buc-ee's from here.
Anyway, Rob, say something.
Something.
Hey, I love doing this. It is so much fun. And Phineas, I got to tell you, after seeing your baby Yeti at North Pole Cornerstones, I went online and I ordered what I thought was a baby Yeti. I got an adolescent. It may be in the terrible 200s. I'm not sure. He's a much larger, but not as big as your big one. But I have a Yeti now. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I've got one.
excellent. Hoping it treats you well and doesn't eat too much.
Well, and yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing how you do your character development with yours, and give me some ideas on what to do with mine.
Excellent.
Please don't name it Scott.
No,
There.
his name is Rachel. Okay, don't be a Karen, but worst of all, don't be a Rachel, because Rachel's twice as bad as Karen. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and let Phineas say goodbye. We're saying goodbye. We're signing off from here. We will be back on the air in a few minutes once Angela sets us back up under the TNL.
TNL live.
Live. I guess that's
Goodbye,
a new
everybody.
Thank you, Phineas. You are the best, brother.
Thank you, everybody. Have a safe drive home.
All right, let me find my stuff here. I'm all out of whack. All right, here we go. Bye, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you in 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes. Wacka, 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 wacka.
So stay tuned. Bye.
Bye.